The patrol heli just got even crazier, introducing new behaviours and strategies you'll need to know about before taking it on. Let's dive into everything that was changed and learn how to take it down. Hey guys, Jfarr here and let's get started. You can expect to find the patrol heli roaming the map every 2 to 4 hours. It will start its journey by heading to the closest monument, and start hopping between monuments after that. To avoid being attacked, a player must have no more than 2 pieces of clothing on, with no ranged weapons on their hotbar, excluding the hunting bow. Otherwise it will begin to automatically shoot at you. At night, the heli has limited visibility, only detecting the players directly within its spotlight. This makes it much easier to evade compared to the day. We'll likely want to build a separate base to fight the heli, as it can fire rockets which can destroy walls. If you use your main base, you could leave yourself vulnerable to raiders, as you'll have multiple missing walls. There are so many different heli base designs out there, but for this video let's swap out the heli base design I showed off in my original patrol heli guide with a new leaner and easier to build heli tower. Let's take a walk through the base. Starting off, we have the bottom floor which can fit 3 beds, a locker, a large crate, a small crate and a campfire. Heading upstairs, we have a spare triangle for any items you think are necessary, along with a TC and chair for healing. Travelling up the stairs, we reach the balcony. Typically this is done on the very top, but I have decided to place it on the floor below, as it gives us tighter peak angles along with some extra side peaks. Heading up to the top floor, we have windows for each side, and some closed off rooms which can be useful to hide within. The door peak allows us to see down and potentially fight off players, or see if we're being door camped. I would recommend keeping a box in the centre of the staircase for extra embrasures and doors, as the heli will eventually destroy some. Here's a look at the base after a heli attack without any mid-fight repairs. And if you're interested in building it, here's an overview. In the tower, we'll want at minimum 300 5.56 rounds, 16 syringes, a large bed, food and water, 200 cloth, and spare kits. You might get a scenario where your dead body's kit is inaccessible due to the heli's incendiary rockets, so having spare kits is a good idea. Finally, I recommend keeping with you pumpkins, mushrooms and other instantaneous heals for fast regen. As for weapons, the M249 is the absolute beast for taking on the heli due to the high damage, but for most people that's out of the question. So a more realistic answer is using the AK or LR300, but I would prefer the AK due to the higher damage. Once you're ready to attack the heli, shoot at it and hit it with a rifle. The second it's damaged, it will deviate from its path and head straight towards you. If it's already busy with someone else, this may not work. You can destroy the heli by shooting its main body and draining 10,000 HP, or destroy both critical hit points totaling 1400 HP. I recommend always targeting the critical hit points, as you'll overall save a lot more time and ammo by taking it down quicker. You'll find the heli is equipped with a minigun, regular rockets and incendiary rockets. The heli will always focus on using its minigun if you're in line of sight and not behind cover. You'll know when it's about to fire its rockets, as it will start to fly away, turn around and line you up from a distance. It can pick between using its regular rockets or its incendiary rockets, but it seems to prefer the incendiary. The incendiary rockets will not deal damage to your base and will only be a pain for you walking around. I've found you'll start seeing parts of your stone base break after the first to second non-incendiary rocket strafe, or your sheet metal base may hold up the second to third strafe. A recent update introduced new behaviours to the helicopter that make it even more challenging. Now if you quickly remove 30% of its overall HP, it will deploy its flares and begin to flee, marking your base as an exclusion zone, so we'll actually want to avoid hitting it in the critical hit point too rapidly. The update also introduced new movement and strategies to the Heli, such as a new circling rocket barrage that will deal massive amounts of damage to your building. This is the longest attack it performs. You'll also notice it performs overall more rocket attacks, with the majority being incendiary rounds, but occasionally being regular rockets which will deal damage to your base. You'll know you've destroyed a rotor by a loud explosion, followed by a large flame coming out of the Heli. This means it's now awfully close to dying, and you'll only have to destroy one other rotor to completely take it down. Previously, taking down the Heli meant it will come crashing down near your tower, allowing you to sit and guard the loot from other players while its crate sat on fire. However, now this has been changed. Once destroyed, the Heli will try to crash at a nearby monument that's not guarded by a safe zone. This means if you don't build next to a monument, you can no longer sit in your base and watch over the loot. You'll likely need to get boots on the ground and head over to the monument to guard your loot. If you didn't build close to a monument, I recommend grabbing yourself a few PvP kits, lots of meds, some building materials and a sleeping bag. Get as close as you can to the monument where the Heli came crashing down. Use the materials to build yourself a base and place a bed and some crates for extra kits. We use this as a depot where we can re-gear if we die or use as a save point. You'll find the Heli has dropped 4 crates around its wreckage. These crates will remain on fire for over 3 minutes, where in that time you cannot loot them. Some will remain on fire for around 2 more minutes. You're also unable to put out these flames with a bucket of water or a water gun. Within the crates you have a chance to find some of the best items in the game. Here's the chances to find some of the standout items. If you're feeling a bit peckish, you can head back to harvest the helicopter's remains using a harvesting tool, like the jackhammer for high quality metal, charcoal and metal fragments. And that's it. Cheers guys for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.